really dipping into that well from the white side, so probably not the best option from Hikaru. Yeah, knight of 3, e3, b3 was always, very high on the list there. Perhaps not followed by g3. We have seen at least one game in this tournament where it was followed up by a very, very quick g3.
Well, they actually played this line in the rapid portion, and Alireza outplayed him with black pieces. He won a very important game.
Yeah, castles, and then d4 is the main move. Other moves exist, but d4 is by far the main move. And now after c takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop c7. I'm expecting bishop c7. Yeah,
yes.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. And this is currently sort of, I think, well understood to be nothing at all for white. Now knight takes d4, queen d6. Yeah, this is supposedly extremely comfortable for black. I had occasion to look at this because there was a moment where I was kind of actively playing this line with white, and the discovery of the move bishop c7 made me stop pretty much. I remember that I kind of gave up on the whole idea by...
and the whole point is that the desirable knight f3, bishop g4 renews the threat. And unless you're willing to part with your pawn, you're probably going to have to play g3.
Yeah, you end up having to play g3 and those types of positions. Yeah, g3. Bishop a5 was a very recent game at the Olympiad. I'm struggling right now to remember exactly who against. Yeah, there we go. The point of bishop a5 is to kind of... you're expecting the rook to land on e1 after we play bishop h3.
Yep. So that's a nice little pin.
Yeah, all of this is still following that game at the Olympiad. And now you can even simply take on d2, play knight e4, queen g6. Why can't I? There it should be, but for some reason it's not on my screen right now.
It's not popping up the game that you had in mind.
It's definitely something we covered during the Olympiad very, very recently. And yeah, this is a comfortable position for black because of how strong the bishop on h3 is.
Yes.
It's
thanks to having provoked the move g2, g3, of course, a lot of light square weaknesses. Hikaru is one of those players, well, not unexpectedly, who really, really loves his two bishops. So I guess he's very aware of the fact that black has equalized, but equally so he's thinking that, well, no queen g6, no knight g5, none of those stuff.
Bishop f5 is it feels like maybe a bit of, no, maybe it's not a draw offer. No, I want to say it's a draw offer because f3 clearly he's preparing to meet f3 with knight takes g3. But there is rook c6, h6 made there. I thought
careful.
I thought he was trying to make a draw, but maybe not.
Alert.
Yeah.
b4, by the way, to stop queen takes a3 ideas, we definitely want to challenge the c file with rook c1. Queen g6 came very quickly.
And now we want knight g5 next move. Or knight takes g3. Currently, knight takes g3 is a big threat. But honestly, in terms of like achieving a large advantage, I would claim that maybe knight g5 is an even bigger threat. Because as things stand right now, if you allow knight g5, you'll probably have to trade on f5. And your structure on the king side with the knight on g5 and the queen already on f5 will look miserable.
True.
Really, really miserable. So yeah, this looks like this may have somewhat backfired as an opening choice for Hikaru because Alireza is playing quickly. He clearly knows what is prescribed
is impressive,
here. Yeah, and yeah, I'm picking black here any day of the
So
week.
I guess I have to you have to go rook to d1. Either one of the rooks to try to defend with bishop on d3.
Knight g5, f3. No, you can't even play f3. How do you react to knight g5 then?
So rook e d1, knight g5, maybe like h4 or something along those lines.
Rook e d1, I think, played.
Right.
Yeah, knight g5, h4.
And then hope I don't get checkmated, basically. Which I don't think
we can start with h5, but I still like knight g5. I don't think we need to postpone it. h4, I have a number of options there. Like bishop takes d3. Yeah.
The question I would ask white, well done, you played rook on e1 to d1. What's your next choice after h5?
No, Christian was suggesting h4 here.
h4.
Yeah, which I think, like, if nothing else, we can just go bishop d3 and knight f3 check against whatever capture you prefer. And
right.
Yeah, white is fighting for equality here. I'm fairly certain white is fighting for equality, and I'm not sure white is winning that fight.
No, he's not. Bishops of opposite color. It's all about who has the initiative against the opponent's king. Knight f3 check looks very compelling. Queen takes f3, bishop takes d3. Yes, you can take the pawn, but bishop e4.
I would argue
some suffering.
Yeah, I would argue that maybe actually playing h4 here and just giving up that exchange, whichever move order you prefer. Whether you start with knight f3 check or whether you start with bishop takes d3, I want to take on f3, take on d3, give you that exchange, take on d5, and claim that maybe my bishop on d4 will provide enough cover to not lose the resulting
And look
position.
at that time difference right now.
And that
Hikaru
as well.
falling under 2 minutes. Alireza still 4 minutes
That's
and
shocking.
28 seconds.
Yeah.
Forgetting about any kind of result here, but just the time difference is so unusual to see Hikaru, the one 3 minutes behind on the clock.
And by the way, in the battle of the second position, it seems like MVL is slowing down a little bit. Dominguez definitely with a dominant position.
And
F4.
Hikaru goes f4. I mean, everything we said earlier still sort of applies, but I guess having the f2 square for the king is quite useful. I think I'm going knight f3 check first, probably because I would like to avoid bishop d3, queen d3. So I go knight f3 check first. You will have a kind of an unfortunate choice between allowing me to take on d4, and then it's a symmetrical structure, but white played f2, f4 for no reason.
Right.
So white is going to be worse forever.
Right.
Or you can take on f3, I will play bishop takes d3, I will bring the bishop back to e4.
And
Also
play
very,
rook
very
c2.
little fun, yeah.
So let's try to somehow liquidate everything.
Knight f3
Knight
check.
f3 I take.
Yeah.
Take on d3 I go rook c1. And I try to defend that. How
Bishop
do you
Yeah,
do?
e4.
I think this is what you're supposed to do. But yeah, bishop e4 followed by like, I don't know,
H5.
b6, f6, h5. We just play slowly.
Just slow, yeah.
Yeah, very, very comfortable advantage for the rest of the game. I'm not saying winning, but we all know
Two
we all know who's
results.
better. Yeah, we all know.
It's only
who's
black
better.
who can
Yeah,
play for a
yeah.
victory there.
It's quite clear. You can also just take on d3 and put the knight back on e4. That's also not horrible. But at some point, maybe we have to start talking about the fact that a7 is hanging, so it's slightly sharper. And I mean, not sharper, but double-edged. It maybe gives white a semblance of a hope somewhere.
I would argue bishop takes d3, rook takes d3, or queen takes d3, knight e4, take on a7, h5.
No, yeah. There's also b6. I mean, maybe we can never take on a7 actually,
Right.
because the queen on g6 provides cover. Yeah,
Here we
takes
go.
happened. Apparently,
Knight e4.
Knight h3 might be made. Like looking at the
What?
bar. Looking at the bar, this appears to be. I mean, rook c2. Yeah, knight f3 or knight f3 followed by rook c2 appears to be winning, right? And yeah, he sees those things. He just sees those things.
Yeah, I can confirm to you that
Knight
yes,
f3.
it's completely
king,
winning.
He's just
King f2, rook c2.
Yeah, king g2 also. Knight e1 check is kind of strong right now. Yeah, it's even stronger than rook c2.
Ooh.
Even stronger? I don't know.
Knight e1, queen takes d3, you can basically play
Yeah,
anything
knight e1
you want.
is a queen for a piece right now. So yeah,
Okay.
And that,
shocked he
as they
hasn't played
said,
it yet, but I'm pretty sure he
is
will. He will.
the St.
see.
Louis Rapid and Blitz.
What?
No, he hasn't seen
Oh,
it.
come
I mean,
on.
he sees rook c2, so he does that. Yeah, but like
You can go knight h4,
And
by the
Hikaru
way.
is like visibly upset because he was preparing to resign, and now like he is, in this kind of a foul mood of why am I losing to a person who doesn't see knight e1 check?
By the way, you could also play knight h4 check. On
I think
this
he wants to
last
play
moment.
the h2 pawn
He
as
just-
well.
Oh,
Or rook c8. I like rook c8 the most actually. Just get full control over the one open file.
You're ready to go queen e4
Yeah.
check and rook c2.
He played rook
This is
c1.
horrifying. And Hikaru knows it, that h5,
No, this is just completely lost. Yeah.
queen check, rook c2, queen g2 check is coming. No, this is terrible. I'm ready to call this game. This is
I'm still very shocked that Alireza on 4 minutes did not find, maybe not 4 minutes, but like on
91?
3, 91 check did not seem like a difficult move. I mean, he saw rook c2 check. The issue was he saw a clearly winning move, so he wasn't looking any further. But we haven't seen him miss very many.
Yeah, that was kind of a glaring tactical opportunity there.
So you think that Hikaru played king g2 instead of king f2 just because he wanted to resign?
No. But I'm pretty sure I was watching him quite closely. I'm pretty sure he saw knight e1 check, and as rook c2 was coming in, he started shaking his head, and I think that was basically, why aren't you putting me out of my misery here?
Right. Queen takes h2 immediately.
Rook c1, I guess rook c4. We don't really want to give up control over the one open file. I think rook c4 is the
Way to
choice
go.
here. Yeah, just to not have to worry about the white rook activating, even though takes and h5 or takes and f6 probably also reasonably comfortably winning. But
Exactly.
yeah, I'd play rook c4.
Okay, rook c4 I take on a7.
Yeah, we go, I don't know, h5 or whatever you like.
Yeah.
It's still horrible. Yeah,
Rook
it's-
c4
it's-
comes.
I'm not trying to make the case
Oh, rook c-
that
rook c2
white,
is
black is now
c2.
winning.
Yeah, rook c2. Yeah, we take
Queen
on
h5.
a7. Yeah, we take on a7 and we hope nothing falls. But something will fall.
But something
Queen
could
C3,
easily
immediately
fall.
something
Yes.
falls.
Yeah.
He's reaching for it. What else is he supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't take on a7, you really don't have very much going for you here.
I guess Queen C3.
Yeah,
Queen
at least
C3, Rook D1.
At least Queen C3 could. You have Rook takes D5 there in the end.
Yeah.
True.
That is fair. That is
True.
fair.
I
So
liked
Queen-
your F6, H5, G5 ideas,
Just
Peter.
kind of structurally, yeah. We've taken control over the C file. There is no counterplay. We can just play F6, King F7, H5, G5, go
By
after
way,
the white
something
king.
to be said for B5 too, just
Yeah.
to
Also, Hikaru is
freeze.
getting way too much in this game. More than he deserves.
And he is also somehow now ahead on the clock. Yeah,
30 seconds for Alireza.
Yeah, this is a.
I would play B5 here, just to freeze the queen side. Make sure that A5, A4, pardon me, A4,
Actually,
A5.
actually, B5, B6 might be quite good for white. Just in case we ever get a chance to put the rook on C7, I would like my pawn to already be on B7, on B6. Hikaru goes for something slightly more solid with rook E2 and king F2. If there was still a pawn on H2, I would argue this is maybe holdable by this point,
No.
or at least, yeah. Okay,
There we go. There
A4.
we go.
I
like that
I think
move.
maybe we have to play A4 here.
Yeah.
A4, B5, B6, rook B2, just go for it.
Well, the problem with A4, BA,
B5,
B5, A3,
B6.
Queen B1.
Queen B1. Yeah, that is.
By the way,
That is
breaking
painful.
news, MVL has won against Lanier. Too much pain in this one event for Lanier
Yeah,
Dominguez.
Lanier-
This is
Lanier is
very,
really-
very unfortunate.
Really struggling, yeah. And some very, very sharp positions on other boards, but this is the one, of course, that we're watching because it's
Right.
the most relevant in terms of
Tournament.
the tournament outcomes, yeah. It's shocking that this is a game, honestly. It should have been.
And it's still going on.
Yeah, it should have been over
G5,
ages
G4,
ago, yeah.
Queen F3 was on Farouja's agenda there, but
Yeah,
now
rook
the
F2,
king.
Rook F, yeah, but he'll
is-
play King H5, King G4, and
Exactly,
then he will
the
start
king is
pushing.
coming.
Yeah, he's still, of course, winning, but
Of course.
this is way too much of a game considering what the position was a bit early. Bishop C5, trying to put the rook on D4. Yeah, King H2 now. Jeffrey
Again,
and Sam Shanklin drew. Yanni Pomnishi is a bit better against Shah, but probably not a winnable position.
So why is he not pushing the H pawn?
That is
I don't
the
know.
question.
I don't know, but he will. Yeah, he will. And eventually, you have
For
to
all of us.
you have to play. Yeah, queen takes, and then we start pushing the G pawn. Yeah, yeah. This
Right
is
now.
not, this is
You have
actually
to
not
be
that easy
careful
to
because
win.
I do
Yeah.
have rook to F4, right?
Yeah, this is not that easy to win. I think, yeah, we go after the A3 pawn now. Yeah, we create a different destruction. And you can't really, like if you...
New target.
Yeah, you can't really drive... Whoa, interesting.
Whoa.
What was
Queen
he afraid?
takes
Queen
A3.
King G4. He didn't like King G4 there. And,
Okay.
and now he can sort of re-establish that thing, yeah, I guess. King G3,
Go from
Queen
behind.
G1
King
check.
G3.
Rook
Queen
G2,
G1.
yeah. Okay, now we go Queen D3,
There's a
I
bishop
guess, yeah.
F6 issue, maybe Queen
Don't play King
D3?
H4.
Yeah, King
because of
H4 would
bishop
be a
F6.
mistake. Yeah, Bishop C5. The pawn ending, I think, is winning for black. Like the thing here is,
Queen
I think we can
D3?
go Queen D3, Queen takes E3. Yeah.
But now,
Oops.
okay, Bishop B7 doesn't work because of Queen takes C3, but
Yeah. now
now
Queen
he'll go back
D3.
to G3. Yeah, he'll go back to G3. We can take on A3 and take on E3. Yeah. Now we are very, very happy. I think this game was winning even without the Queen takes A3.
Right,
But it definitely
was very nice.
Yeah, it definitely is winning now for sure.
With the extra.
Yeah, so we've made a very clear improvement here as black by winning an additional Queen F1. Yeah, you can't take on D5. He'll lose the rook. He'll probably get it done, but he will be kind of pushed.
What's remarkable for me is in a completely losing position, Hikaru shaking his head as if I should be saving this, but I don't know why I'm not able to save this.
Yeah, a kind of a feeling like this. Yeah, which I don't think is
King
entirely
F3?
justified. Yeah, this is the end. Yeah, you just get mated now. Queen E1 is a threat, and you can't stop it. And yeah, Hikaru.
Farouk.